Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Now, with no further ado, let's get into this evening's video, if you will. Monday night, you know what time it is. The Dallas Cowboys is playing the Chargers. You know what I mean? 7-7 right now. I'm in the midst of watching my game, and I say, oh, I must upload a video to the people. I got to get to the people. You know what I mean? So I'm able to see the game as I'm uploading or as I'm recording. But at the same time, as important as my Cowboys are, my YouTube family is equally as important. Go Cowboys. We need a bounce back game. We need to win this game. You know what I mean? But I want to share a little story with you all this evening. It's 8:52 approximately. The great Commonwealth state of Kentucky. Like I said, we cheering our Dallas Cowboys on. But I was watching a video today, and it happened to be a Jay Williams video. I think it was a reload. You know, it was an old, matter of fact, I know it was an older video. And he was talking about prison bullies. And so it made me think about all the times, the years that I've done, some of the prison bullies that I've run across. And I've seen a lot. You actually see a lot of people in prison that are, bullies, real live prison bullies. Now, in his particular case, it wasn't, the story that I'm going to tell wasn't as drastic as his story was. But nevertheless, it was a prison bully. So I'm locked up. I'm at a camp. I'm not actually in prison. I'm at a camp. There's a difference. You have prison and you have camps in Kentucky. Camps is basically a facility in which you have 48 months or less. Either you're going to see the parole board or you're going to serve out. So if you're less than 48 months, you're going to qualify to go to the camp if you haven't had any write-ups, anything like that. Now, a lot of people say, oh, kiddie camps. I don't call them kiddie camps. Anytime you're incarcerated, there's nothing kiddie about being incarcerated. Nothing. And a lot of dudes that are at these camps, they started off behind the fence somewhere. And, some of them have life sentences. You can work your way down to a camp with a life sentence, a certain life sentence. A life sentence in which you can make parole on. So life doesn't always mean life. However, don't ever catch a life sentence. Don't never catch a sentence, period. But particularly, don't ever catch a life sentence. You have guys that have 30 years and they had to do 85%. And they just, over the years, they worked their time down. They worked their custody scores and levels down, so they were able to go to camps. So I never, ever get too comfortable and say kiddie camps. No, they're not like prison. No, you're not going to see the violence. No, you're not going to see a lot of the things that you would actually see in prison. But at the same time, you're still incarcerated. So I'm at a camp this particular time. I started off behind the fence, worked my way down. Now I'm at a camp. It was this dude. To this day, I don't even recall his real name. We called him E. That's what he told everybody. Yo, what's up, man? Call me E. White dude, bald head dude, tattoos. Tell he been working out. Probably about 5'9", real husky, stocky type dude. You know what I mean? And he appears to be a cool dude. Like, he talks to everybody. Not everybody, but he's not so much to himself. He just, he's social. He'll talk to you. He'll kick it. So he appears to be a cool dude. One day, I had walked into the dorm because we didn't have cells at this particular camp. It was, everything's open dorm. I say open dorm. It's just like army barracks. It's bunk beds. They call it racks in prison, but they're bunk beds. So you have 2 bunk beds, then probably I don't know, maybe 5 feet away, you got another bunk bed, and they just go down in aisles, in rows. So I walked in the dorm, and I never really heard E get into it with anybody or anything of that sort. He hadn't been there long. I had already been there at that point, maybe 6 or 7 months. I hadn't been there very long myself, but he had maybe been there maybe 3 months. So I walk in the dorm, and I'm sitting on my rack. I had a bottom rack, so I'm sitting there on my rack or whatever. Probably been in the dorm maybe 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And I hear E going off. He's going off. And I look around, and I see him walking up and down the aisle, and he's talking crazy to my dudes from Cincinnati. He's talking dog crazy. I mean, man, F your kids. I spit in your face. If you don't like it, do something. Come in the bathroom right now. You want me to beat your ass right here? Like, he's going ham. And I'm looking like, whoa, what is going on? So my dude from Cincinnati, man, let me tell you about Cincinnati dudes, man. Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out 513, man. Dudes ain't no chumps by no stretch of the imagination, man. Dudes riding, man. Now, we in Kentucky, so this particular place, it may be just 6 or 7 of them. It don't make no difference. They gonna ride, man. They gonna ride till the wheels fall off, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter if it's 6 or 7 of them against 30, man. They gonna put their back to the wall, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I fool with them Cincinnati boys. Pause. Double pause. You know what I'm saying? But this particular dude, man, he didn't want no trouble, man. He was in there for a robbery, a violent robbery. And, he had worked his way down to a camp. He was one of them type guys that was taking all the classes. He was trying to do everything he could possibly do to get home. He was probably about, he was in his 40s. He was in his 40s at the time. So, he was just laid back. And it wasn't even he didn't bother anybody. So I can't even imagine, when I'm looking at this, I can't even imagine why E is just going crazy like this. Now, he was the only Cincinnati dude in the dorm at the particular, no, it was actually one other dude. And you all gonna hear about him, Mel, my dog Mel. Shout out to Mel if by chance you happen to see this. You know what I'm saying? Mel's about 6'3", 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Long. You know what I'm saying? I think he had like 8 years or whatever. So they was the only Cincinnati dudes in that particular dorm. But there were other dudes, in other units or what have you. So E's going off on the dude from Cincinnati. He's going crazy. So dude from Cincinnati's just looking at him. Like, he's just really just looking at him like, are you done? Okay. He ain't even saying nothing. He's just giving him that look. So he had a bad habit. He had a habit of telling people to Google me. Google me. My name is such and such. I don't even remember what his name was. You don't like it? Get to this bathroom. Anybody that don't like it, get to this bathroom. He would go through that. Nobody ever said nothing. Nobody ever, we just kind of looked at him. You at a camp. You trying to get home, man. And nobody got time to be all that tough guy stuff. Nobody had time. So that was the first time that I seen him go off. Another time, I'm waiting on the phone. There's only 2 phones in the dorm. It's 50 people per dorm, 2 phones. I'm waiting on the phone. Sometimes you're on the phone, you ride, you go back to back, which means after you get off the phone, I think 15, 20-minute phone call, you call right back. A lot of times people respect that because you might get in a deep conversation, or you may be arguing with your girl. You may be trying to pass along some very vital information on the phone, and 15 minutes is just not long enough. So the people waiting on the phone, they not really having, they understand. They don't like it, but they don't really have a problem because they just say, okay, I'm going to ride back to back. So I'm waiting on the phone. This was during the daytime. Maybe, I don't know, I want to say it was a Sunday. So 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm waiting on the phone. He rides. Calls right back. Okay. After he calls right back, he calls right back again for a third time. Now he knows that I'm waiting on the phone. He knows that I'm waiting on the phone because I think the other phone was like messed up. Them jail phones, man, people get mad and beat them up against the wall and like it's going to fix them, and it ends up messing the phone up. So we only had one phone working at that particular moment in time, if you will. So after the third time, he think he going to call back a fourth time. Hold up, bro. Hold up, man. Dog, you don't see me here waiting on this phone? Now I done got mad. And I don't even go through that. Most of the time I'm laid back, dude. I don't bother nobody. But come on, man. If you don't speak up for yourself, especially in prison, man, they'll run right over top of you. Hold on, man. I've been waiting on this phone, man, for you done rode for 3 calls straight. Other people want to call. My family loves me too. So what I told them, it's a saying in prison, man. My family loves me too. They want to make sure I'm okay. So he says something. I'm like, look, dog, you ain't getting back on that phone, man. You're not getting back on that phone. If you do, shoot, we gonna go to this bathroom. And I'm mad, man. I'm already mad because it was a visitation day. Me and my girl at the time, we was going through it. As far as I'm not really hearing from her too much. I'm expecting her to come on visit because she had sent me a message telling me that she was coming on visit. She hadn't arrived yet. It was, I think visitations ended like, they stopped accepting people at like 2:15. So it was already maybe 1:30, something like that. So I'm already agitated. So I'm not really in my total right frame of mind. So something that I don't know if I would have ignored that 3 calls in a row. But I was just agitated that day. So I tell him, man, you can get back here to this bathroom, man. He takes the phone, slams it down on the receiver, and walks out. So not everybody, but a couple people that was in the dorm at the time, they see it. They tell, a couple of my partners, whatever, man. No big deal. No big deal about it. Later on, he came to me, hey, bro, I was tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? My bad, me and my girl was arguing, man. I ain't got no problem with you, man. We wasn't from the same city, but he was like 15. He was like a county over. I ain't got no problem with you, man. Everything's cool. Everything's cool my way, too. I ain't want no smoke either. It's just I was agitated, and I didn't, it just wasn't a good day for me. You have him type days in prison, man. A lot of days in prison, you wake up angry. You wake up mad. You wake up just agitated. Yeah, you put yourself there, but that don't mean that your feelings that you have as a human being automatically dissipate, if you will. So, nevertheless, me and dude, we was cool after that. I mean, we was always cool anyway. We never had no issues or whatever. I'm laying in my rack one night. Now, my rack, I lived in like when you first walk into the dorm, on the left side, you have your left, the racks that are on the left side, and then on the right side, you have your racks that are on the right side. I lived in the very first cubicle. You have cubicles, actually. That's really what I should have said. So you have cubicles on the left side, you have cubicles on the right side. 4 men per cubicle. So I'm laying there. I get up. I don't know. I get up to go jump on the JPay machine or something like that. JPay machine is where you're able to communicate with your family through email. You can get on the JPay machine. You can type a letter. You can type a email. You can receive emails. You can buy music for your MP3 player. You check your commissary. You check your, a lot of things you conduct business on the JPay machine. See if you made parole, see if there's any institutional mail that you're waiting on or whatever. And you have 15 minutes, and then it automatically logs you out, and then you can't get back on for like another 30 minutes or so. So I get up to check the JPay, and I see dude on the phone. He's doing the exact same thing, man. He's arguing with his girl, but he's mad because a couple of dudes, he feels as though they're being loud while he's on the phone. Now, keep in mind, this is jail. Now, even though in jail there's respect, there's common courtesy, people are still going to be loud in prison. You see what I'm saying? It's not the library. And these dudes wasn't even really being loud. Dude was just agitated. He was always arguing with his girl, and I never really understood it because she never missed a visit. He spent $100 a week at the store every single week. He didn't even have to go to the chow hall. He ate out of his locker, big double cheeseburgers, steaks, chicken tenders, everything, the top of the line food that they sold, he had. His girl make sure he was good at it. TV, MP3 player. He was always buying shoes, sweatsuits. He lived well in prison. And it was all attributed to his girl. But he didn't trust her. So he would always just be accusing her of things and just talking crazy to her. And what's so crazy, he met her in a jail. Video idea. Y'all go back and check my channel. She was a correction officer at a jail. She met him. They got to talking. They got to conversing. He started calling her. They was writing each other, anonymously or whatever. She quits her job at the jail. And no, actually, she doesn't quit. She doesn't quit. He gets transferred, and she stays with him. She loves him. She falls in love as a correction officer. She falls in love with the inmate. That happens so often. So, fellas, if your girl works at a jail, I'm not saying she's going to do anything like that, but what I am saying is make sure you're treating her right, man, because them inmates, they walk around, shirts off, working out all day, 4-5 hours or longer. You see what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing, Miss Johnson? Just using the name Miss Johnson, for example. How you doing, Miss Johnson? How you doing, Miss Smith? You doing okay today? And, eventually, a woman's going to bite. Not all women, but women bite quite often. Quite often. So, nevertheless, he's going through it with his girl. Dudes is, they kicking it. They not really being that loud. They probably just sitting there just talking. There's 3 or 4 of them. Hey, man. Y'all see me on this phone? Shut the fuck up. Excuse my language, but that's what he said. So dudes was like, they so used to him blooping out, they ain't really paying no mind. Yeah, whatever, man. So, they sit there, they continue to do what they do. Remind you, let me remind you, we at a camp. Nobody wants no drama. People try and go home. Now, it's always going to be a person out of the crew, out of the group or whatever, just like, man, it is what it is. I'm about whatever. But for the most part, everybody's mild-mannered and on their best behavior. You're trying to go home. The goal is to go home, not to extend your stay. Tough guys, okay, they behind the fence or whatever, but the guys that's trying to go home, you at a camp and you just mild-mannered, you chilling. Finally, the dude jumps up. He jumps up again. Takes his chair, because when you're on the phone, you can sit in your chair, a little plastic chair. Takes his chair, tosses it up against the wall. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all think I'm playing? Say another word, and I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all what I'm about. Y'all keep playing with me? I done told you once, I'm going to tell you, Google me, and you'll find out exactly who I am. So, dude ain't talking to me because I done already, what's happening? You want to get in this bathroom? Me and him done already went through it. Plus, I wasn't the one making noise. I was just there. So, I'm just looking around and I'm still like, all right, man, no big deal. Next thing I know, remember Mel, the guy Mel that I mentioned? Once again, shout out to Mel, man. Mel came out and said, hey, bro, tapped him on the shoulder. Bruh, come on, man. Let me holler at you in this bathroom, man. Dude's like, man, fuck away from me, man. You see I'm on his phone. So Mel's like, nah, man, you talking all that stuff. Mel had went back and put his shoes on. See, when you put your shoes on in prison, man, it ain't no more talking. If there's any talking to begin with. Dude already had his shoes on. Mel went and put his shoes on. Bruh, get on back here to this bathroom, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what you about. I want to see you keep telling everybody Google you. Shoot, I ain't trying to Google you. I'm trying to find out what you about on my own. So dude's talking crazy, but he's still on the phone with his girl. Man, I'm about to whoop somebody in here. So I guess his girl would say, no, baby, don't do it. No, I'm just saying, man, I'm about to show them, man, I ain't no joke, man. They keep playing with me. Dude has I never will forget, he had he was eating some nachos. He made some nachos, had the nice chili on them. You know what I'm saying? The cheese, the jalapeno peppers. He had all the fixings, all the fancy. Had his little sodas, little Fagos. That's what they sell in prison. Little Fagos. So He's sitting there eating his nachos, and dude done told him twice already, get on back here to this bathroom, man. Dude don't want to go to the bathroom. After all this stuff you talk, Google me, and I'm in my any man mode. Yeah, he used to go through that. It's my any man mode. My any man mode in prison means any man. Any man. I'm in my any man mode. Any man. I ain't never said no foolishness like that, but that's some of the prison lingo that you hear. Send me to the hole. I do the rest of my time in the hole. Send me. I'm ready to go to the hole. I'm ready to go back. All that dumb, ignorant. That's ignorant. Ignorant. But that's what you hear. One more time. Mel asking. Get on. I told you, man. I'm not going to tell you again. Get on here into this bathroom. It was obvious dude didn't want to get in there to the bathroom. He didn't want to go to the bathroom. The bathroom's like right around the corner from where the phones are. Actually, it's on the other side of the wall. But you have to walk probably about 4 feet, and then around the corner you're in the bathroom. The bathroom, the COs really can't see anything. The windows are tinted. So, it's usually where it goes down. Man, Mel came out of the bathroom after that third time he invited dude to the bathroom. Dude sitting there on the phone eating his nachos. He said something crazy to Mel. I forgot. Mel said something else to him. Shoot, we gonna get it in right here then, since you on, because Mel didn't want to do nothing to him because he's on the phone, he's sitting down, and he's eating his food. We gonna get it in right here then, since you don't want to go to the bathroom. I just Googled you. Obviously he didn't, but I'm just saying that was a saying. I just Googled you. Everybody, ooh, he just Googled him, ooh. Dude, wazy mouth talking to his girl. Next thing I know, bow. Man, rocked his whole world. Hit him while he was sitting in a tree eating his nacho. Bow. Nachos flew in the air. His legs flew in the air. Man. Dude drops the phone. So now he's kind of, just imagine, he's on the phone. He gets hit. Boom. Nachos fly in there. Like I said, his feet fell in there. He rocks back and hits the wall. He's like this. Mel hits him again. Bow. Mel had big old hands, man. You know what I'm saying? Mel, like I said, Mel was he was a slim dude, but he's about 6'4", and, you know what I mean? Knew how to use his hands. I think Mel, because, up north, like Cincinnati, Ohio, in that area, they come up boxing. So a lot of times down this way, we come up, playing football and baseball. Not to say they don't either, no disrespect in any manner, but boxing is big up in that Ohio area. Man, he hit that boy twice. Dude tried to get up, hit him again. Bow! I'm talking about solid. I'm really surprised he didn't knock him out, but I think Mel really wasn't trying to just knock him out, because, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it makes any sense. You're trying not to knock somebody out, but I don't think he was really, really, really trying to put it on him. So dude jumps up. That's what Mel wanted. At this point, they already in front of the camera. They already, they didn't go to the bathroom, so Mel's ready to go and finish him off. Mel hits him again. When he hits him the fourth time, dude he didn't catch him clean. Dude runs to the front door. He runs to the front door. Once you go out the side of the door, the dorm, the guards tower was like right there in the middle of the building. He runs into the guard tower, banging on the door. He hit me. He assaulted me. That guy right there. Mr. Google me. He's what he's, phone still hanging from the receiver. His girl's hearing everything. Mel's a very laid back, cool. He was a young dude. I think Mel might have been 27, 28. So Mel's just sitting there laughing. He's laughing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's really laughing, but Mel's just sitting there like, man, look at this fool, man. He's banging on the tower with the guard. He hit me. He's pointing. Now, everything's see-through, so we can see him. Same way they can see us because it's glass. The dorms are glass. So they have an officer's tower. The tower is glass, so we can see the officer, but the officer can see us just as well. So he tells the officer radios, backup or whatever. They come in and, they go to Mel or whatever. Mel done already start packing his stuff up. He's saying his goodbyes because he see dude right there pointing him out. But it took a few minutes because the officer didn't want to come in there by, I think it was a female. She didn't want to come in there by herself, which it didn't matter. Mel's so cool, he wasn't going to do nothing to the officer. you know. So he had already started to pack his stuff up. And, of course, Mel, the guy didn't come back in the dorm. And they send the officers in and they cuff Mel, because that's how they do. Even though you're not no problem, they want to be police officers so bad. When they came in, Mel already had his stuff up. Put your hands behind your back. They cuff you, take you to the hole, take your property or whatever. And Mel ended up getting shipped back behind the fence. And they end up shipping Dude just as well. They ain't let him stay, even though he didn't fight back. He didn't, he ran and told. They still considered, okay, you was in a fight. So while you're under investigation, you're going to the hole just as well. And that's how prison works, man. You ain't got to fight back. You're going to go to the hole pending investigation. Even if you're just defending yourself, you didn't start nothing, it don't matter. So they came in and packed Dude's stuff up, and they took him, and that was the last time that I seen E. You see what I'm saying? But as I mentioned, I was watching a Jay Williams. Shout out to Jay Williams. I was watching an older Jay Williams video, and he was talking about prison bullies, and it just made me think about E. So yeah, no one got hurt seriously bad. He was leaking. His face was bleeding, and he was busted up. But it wasn't. He didn't get hit with a lock in a sock or a chili can in a sock, or he didn't get stabbed, shanked, or stomped all the way out. But Mel laid paws on him, man. You know what I'm saying? And just made me think about that, as I mentioned when watching the Jay Williams video, man. Prison bullies, man. Yeah, you see them everywhere. You see them often. But they get their issue just as well. In that day, Mr. Google me, I'm in my any man mode. He must not have been in his any man mode that day. Because Dude hit him. He didn't know what was going on. I think he wasn't really in his right frame of mind. Hit him solid. 3 solid times, and then that 4th time it hit, but it wasn't like him first 3 times, man, where he was just sitting there on the phone. He didn't, word got back. He told the CO that he was on the phone, and Dude blindsided him and hit him with a cheap shot. No, he asked you to come to the bathroom 3 times. You didn't want to. You was talking all that stuff. You was talking all that trash. You thought that because we was at a camp, no one was going to do anything to you. Wasn't that type of party, man. Shout out to, man, the 513, Ohio, that whole area. You know what I'm saying? I met some dudes, man, solid dudes from that area, man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, shout out, man, 513. But I never encourage violence. I suggest taking the high road, and that's what Mel did. Mel ignored this guy, not to mention all the other days to where he just threw it out in the air. You're talking to everybody. You're not talking to one specific person. But any of y'all in there can get it. People just ignored him for so long to where that particular day, Mel just, you know what, man, today's the day. Today's the day. And you see what happens to prison bullies. You see what happens to bullies in general. Not just prison, just bullies in general. Do your time if you have to go do time. Stay humble. Be laid back. Don't get in there thinking that because you bigger or stronger or you got more people in your crew or your car, that you're better than somebody else, or that you can just get over and take and just talk reckless to people. Man, prison, man, you'll lose your life, man. You would definitely lose your health, but you will lose your life in prison, man, thinking that way. Stay out of prison is the goal. But if you do go to prison, man, get there, do what you got to do to come home. The goal is to come home, not extend your stay. I'll say that all the time. Do what you need to do to come home. I wonder what happened to OE. Maybe I'll run into E one day. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to my Dallas Cowboy games. I just wanted to throw that out there. It's 9:20 p.m. Need to get back to my Cowboys, but I wanted to share this message with you all. Feel free to comment. Definitely like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that post notification. Anytime I bring you this action, this heat, guess what? You'll be amongst the first to receive, man. You know what I mean? Real Kens TV, man. You don't like it? You don't like what I said? Google me. I'm in my any-man mode, man. Shout out to Eve, man. Hey, y'all should have seen them nachos flying in the air, man. Real Kens, man. We out.